Now we're going to head for Cape Flattery, Washington. Who knows what wonders we'll see along the way and back.
Well, here we are, all ready to go, right? This is it. We're in Mundelein. We're heading for Neah Bay, Washington.
The first biker we met along the way.
Well, here we are. We're coming to the Mississippi River, our first big landmark.
Going west, you just got to stop at Iowa 80 truck stop, biggest one in the country. George kind of figured, well, maybe he could find a little bit more chrome for that motorcycle.
Hey George, I think I found the chrome. And lights. Talk about lights. Look at that, George. There's some chrome, baby. No, George, that won't fit the bike. God almighty, I don't know if you can hear the wind blowing, but it's unbelievable. Look at that hair. Of course, we ain't going to say nothing about that blue bike falling over in the wind a little while ago at the last rest stop, are we?
Your secret is safe with me.
Well, day one is just about complete. 534 miles. And what better place to stop at a motel than right across from a Gorilla Burger. Well, I got up in the morning. George was gone. Couldn't find him. Thought, oh, maybe there he is. Oh, God, he found himself a friend.
Here we're in Nebraska, about 25 miles from Wyoming. These are the Great Northern Plains, about 4,700 feet elevation. One of the greatest things about Wyoming is the open range.
Putting away the helmet, we're in Wyoming.
Notice that red velvet seat.
Well, we're in Laramie. And one of us needs some service. And it ain't me. About 10 minutes to 9, and George's front tire, the valve stem, broke.
Hey, can anybody read lip?
Well, let's see now. Well, we got the bike fixed, and now we're headed for the mountains. George is happy, and that's where we're gonna go.
LG, life is good again.
And up into the snow we're gonna go. Hey, here we go. George is coming along. What a beautiful day.
Little place called Centennial, Wyoming. And now we start our climb up into the snowy range. Up about 9,700 feet. 10,170 feet. 10,370 feet. 10,441. That was nice and cool riding. The last two trips were pretty warm. This one's going to be nice and cool. Here, I'll slow it down so you can see me riding with my reins.
Okay, your name?
Margit.
Okay.
Jutta.
Okay.
Frank from Frankfurt.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Black Forest.
Well, enjoy America.
Yes.
Love to have you. Bye-bye. And there they go from Germany. Well, it's absolutely marvelous up here in the snowy range. Just having a great time. Just met some neat people from Germany.
It's called the Snowy Range because it can snow at any time of the year. This is kind of more in the southern part of Wyoming.
Ah, I never knew that. Well, we're out of the snowy range and just heading west. Hopefully we'll get to Du Bois tonight after Muddy Gap. Falls off to the right, don't much to it. Well, Grandma's Cafe is open. I think we'll go to the next place. Like some old reprobate up along the road up there.
Here we're crossing the Continental Divide once again. Just up ahead is Muddy Gap. Old George just hates riding on gravel. It was a couple of years ago we stopped here, and George left after getting his gas tank filled up and was heading out into the gravel, and I was kind of proud of him. Figured he was training. He was just too afraid to turn in the gravel.
Just in case none of you believe me, that says 382 miles an hour maximum speed reached. Yeah, right. And guess who we met at Muddy Gap? Our friends from Germany. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And so with our friends in Germany, on this lonely stretch of road, we decided to play a little bit of road tag for a while. Sure beats the heck out of the interstate. Well, I stopped along the road to let George go by and film him. Then another fella happened along.
Don't you know by now that means you're supposed to go by?
Ah, that red velvet seat.
Yeah, I've been all over the West. I know the West like the back of my hand. I've been back east a few times. Through 26 states in 30 days and rode 8,212 miles.
Woo!
I've had this thing for just a little less than 2 years and put about 31,000 miles on it.
Sure been a beautiful ride. How are you shaking? Are you cold?
Well, we're about 20 miles out of Du Bois, Wyoming, and this is one of my favorite spots. Trouble is, it was cloudy this day. I got this shot on another trip early in the morning. Du Bois, Wyoming. Now we'll get us a nice room at the Stagecoach Inn. Then we'll have dinner at this little restaurant.
There we are, right next to a roaring river. A little bit of free music. Now for a hike uptown and have us something to eat.
I'll meet you on the bench.
Okay.
And here we had dinner. A nice young lady shared the table with us. The place was crowded and we couldn't get in.
Oh, yeah.
But it really makes you can cut out what you don't want and just the good stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
But he made a 2-hour film last year.
And now your name is?
My name's Lexi Carroll.
Okay, hi, I'm Gary and that's George.
Hi, guys.
And you're from?
I live in Sheridan.
Okay,
I work
that's
for the
right.
Forest Service. I'm here in Du Bois for work.
And this is why we're sitting outside. Everybody's having fun. I just had to get a picture of that. That's something.
Are you gonna put us on YouTube?
Yeah, right. You're on. I ask you, how many are riding in there?
5.
5 of you.
2,000 miles in 3 days.
Holy cow! Where are you from?
Georgia.
Oh my God. He's taking it easy. It's cold this morning, about 54 degrees. And the sky is threatening. And we're heading into that. Hopefully it'll clear up.
We're heading towards Jackson Lake and the Grand Tetons. Continental Divide again, 9,658 feet. And not only are the Tetons beautiful, but man, look at that red seed.
And here we got some folks from England.
Hi there.
Yeah.
I'm David.
And what are your names?
I'm David. This is my wife Jenny.
Hey, great.
And we're on a 6-week tour of Colorado and Wyoming.
Oh, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
That's what it takes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're spending the kids' inheritance.
Ah!
He said that was their ski vacation. Look at those flowers up there. And here we're coming into Jackson, Wyoming. and a tribute to the cowboy. The Grand Tetons and the Snake River. And here we go over Teton Pass.
There'll be a waterfall right up there. Yes, beautiful mountain flowers everywhere. I guess it's time to go.
The high school kids put the year they graduated up on the mountain. In this part of Idaho, the Navy developed the nuclear power plants for their submarines.
Now this is in a little park in this little town. It's the USS Hawkbill, number 666 nuclear sub. Upscope, you wish. We just left Arco. It's about 7:30 in the morning, and we're heading out a place called Craters of the Moon. And that's
This is a volcanic area. A lot of volcanoes and lava flows.
these are called spatter cones.
Let's go look down into one.
Looking down into the cauldron. Down there. Probably not.
Oh, George just had to sit down.
Hey George, don't sit too still too long.
And another person from Germany. And what's your name?
My name is Charlotte.
Okay, I'm Gary and this is George.
Well, nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you for taking our photograph.
Of course, I'm always happy as well when I can take a photo.
I'll be with you in just a minute, George, as soon as I figure out how to flush this thing. Well, this is quite a place. Really enjoyed it.
Well, here I should have taken 26 and I took 20.
Well, what do you think, George?
Well, I think it's just wonderful. I'd like to, if the body holds up, just ride forever.
Here we enter the Sawtooth Mountain Range.
Headwaters of the Salmon River up here.
Nice little place. We stopped for lunch.
Hey George, that bear might be better than that gorilla.
The Salmon River is getting a little bit bigger as we travel.
Good Lord, just when you think you're running out of them, another curve and there's some more.
Today we started down in Caldwell and went on up to I was just
City.
driving Idaho City. Yeah, that's
Stopped
right.
and met some really cool people.
Yeah.
That's what's fun.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
met more people from Germany,
Oh yeah.
and then one couple from England,
I've lived in
and then a
Germany.
bunch of Polish people who couldn't speak.
You just kind of went high. Where are you guys from?
Chicago, north of Chicago, about
Hondies?
40 miles. Yep,
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
But,
Holy crud.
yeah.
Well, hey. Well, it's early morning, the 3rd of July. George is trying to be a regular guy. We're just west of Boise. And there's all this kind of irrigation out here. It's really kind of neat to see all along. All canals. Now we're on the line between Idaho and Oregon. All right, at least now you can see the river.
And that is the Snake River. And this is Nyssa, Oregon. Well, we've been in Oregon for about 50 miles now. Started out with some nice little farms, but boy, it's turned into deserty country.
I have no idea what river we're following. It's the only patch of green around though.
Well, the last little place we stopped for gas didn't have any. So about 96 miles later, we found some.
And here we are out in the middle of nowhere.
What kind of mileage do you think?
Well, another 23 miles of nothingness. Wow. I had no idea Oregon had this desolate an area. 2 gas stations behind us had closed down, just they couldn't afford to buy gas.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Ah, the lushness of Oregon, the one we thought we'd find. That is Mount Washington. Well, as you can see, the gas gauge is well below empty. Good thing we're going downhill.
Well, we finally found us a gas station. Neat little town, Detroit. But the little town before it, why, George's red light was on. We were running out of gas. We had no idea what was coming. We hadn't seen gas for miles and miles and miles. And I pulled into a little store, country store, and George says, "What'd you stop here for? There's no gas pump." I said, "Well, I wanted to stop in here to see where the next station was so we knew how far you had to walk." Lucky enough to find a motel on the 3rd of July.
Well, after a bit of a ride the next morning, we're now west of Salem, Oregon. And we're heading for the coast and the Pacific Ocean. There's the Pacific Ocean. We've traveled 2,418 miles.
Chehalis, Washington.
Oh, okay. Where's a good spot we're looking like for tonight? Astoria, pretty good spot to stay?
Astoria's a good spot to stay,
Astoria's
but since it's the 4th of July.
And to think that these nice people from Oregon and Washington are going to think all the people from Chicago dress like that.
Harleys are really reliable now. 98% of all the ones ever built are still on the road. The other 2% made it home. Here's some poor guy on a bicycle, ran right into the guardrail. Ouch. Well, George has got his rain suit on and it'll be wood for the rest of the day. So it looks like it's just going to be a gloomy 4th of July. A house with an ocean view. Boy, every town along the coast was having a 4th of July parade. We got stuck in the traffic on every one of them. The bridge at Astoria, leading to Washington over the Columbia River. Entering the state of Washington. Stopped here and had a bunch of oysters, but none of them worked. Looks like they've done some logging here. Probably the Rygar crew.
Well, after 3 trips, it had to happen. We're finally getting rained out here today. And it's been raining and raining and raining. And that's what we look through all day long. Oh, rain, rain, rain. Well, I hope to have something better to report later. There has been some beautiful, big, luscious trees kind of a pretty area. Boy, the rainforest is something to see. Well, that's Puget Sound. We're getting close to Nia Bay. I just thought that fog bank looked kind of cool.
George asked this guy to help him get his bike up before I got the camera out. Too late.
Have you got the kickstand down? Yep. Here she goes. All right. At Cape Flattery, no less.
That's right.
Talk about a coincidence. About a month ago, we were sitting in a restaurant planning a different trip. We met another George, and that George convinced us to go on this trip. When we walked into this crab house, I'll be damned if we didn't see him and his wife come walking out. But hey, we ended up with the worst crab sandwich we ever had.
George forgot to pay for his ticket. He followed me right on in. We're getting on the ferry. And here comes our ride.
Not wanting to get seasick, George just slept all the way across. And then we entered the northern Cascade Mountains. They were just unbelievably lush and green. Remember George's red seat? Watch this.
Bunch of local folks from Bellingham, Washington.
No kidding.
Hey, just for bragging rights, tell them that again while I can get it on film.
Oh, God, what do I look like? A two-trick pony? Guys, I'm blonde, man. I can't remember that for me.
Woo! Didn't tip, so it cost me another $2. I gave him the raw net to get him a good picture, inseam and everything in the weight when they make them in.
No, Skip, you won't trade your bites.
We can hide forever on that.
I think you ought to go for that red velvet. It'll look good.
That's pimpish.
You got that. You got that poorhouse red going on.
What?
You got that poorhouse red going on.
What'd we say that seat looked like?
It looked like a love seat from a horror house.
Well, George, there's your send-off.
Y'all have a good trip.
Notice the stop sign way up on that post. Snow gets heavy here.
Now there's a hairpin turn for you.
And this just looked like a neat little place to stop for an ice cream or something. And that's just what we're gonna do. Enjoy an ice cream cone. And that's Rob. Met him at a restaurant. He's from Canada.
Long and hit the road, you guys. Yeah, it comes from the handbag.
All right.
Guys, take care.
Take care. Have a safe ride.
Right across the street was the Golden Age Club.
Well, that looks like the place to be. All the boys by the Golden Age Club.
Here's the trail we just took off. We didn't
This is Harry.
Hey.
And you're from what? You're from Canada.
Boise.
Boise. Oh, okay.
My wife's from Canada, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're going up to see her folks.
Oh, okay.
And her sister and this and that, so.
Yeah.
Here we cross the Columbia River. Then we follow the Columbia south. A lot of pretty little orchards, farms, neat place. This turned out to be an omen of things to come.
Town of Gifford. That's it. There's our turnoff. I missed the son of a bitch. Well, maybe we'll make it from this direction.
Now it's time for us to make some hay. I'm telling you, it's an omen.
The Kootenai River.
After a short walk through a nice, quiet, peaceful forest, we come to this roaring river. It looks like there's another river coming into this one down there. Well, it's early in the morning, it's cold, and that's Glacier straight ahead. And they're going to the Sun Highway.
Hollywood bound.
Here we are, we're going to the thing. This is Lake McDonald. Glacier Park. Absolutely fabulous. Traveling along a river, going up high. Pretty soon we'll be to that going to the sun road. Actually, we were on it.
George's favorite. Heard some guy on a gold wing went off the edge yesterday, found the bike 500 feet down, found him 1,500 feet down. Dead. Well, we got a bit of a roadblock.
Those are old tour buses. They've been completely rebuilt.
I even took a peek over the edge without passing out.
Did you? Well, you're a hell of a guy.
It was a quick peek. Further, but we might not enjoy it.
Oh yeah, I can. I can.
I I looked over the edge and it was coming up the hill.
Listen to this next guy. He's scared to death of this height.
Yeah, they from it.
You and Heather, look. Don't go too close to that edge. God's sake.
Holy moly. Wow.
The back, Heather.
Hey, Heather. Hey, Heather, hold me on.
Did he just say, "Here, Ellie, hold me on"?
She knows no fear.
Oh, George.
Yeah.
I noticed you ain't sitting with your feet hanging over the edge.
I thought you were afraid.
Yeah. It's all behind me. I can't see it.
Then we had a little construction. I don't think anything can compare to Glacier National Park.
This is called the Weeping Wall. Everybody's looking at something up here.
Looking back down the valley, and there's the Weeping Wall. Riding a motorcycle through these mountains is like flying. And that's where we're going, up to Logan Pass.
Now this is obvious.
There you can see the Going to the Sun Highway along the edge of those mountains. George and I got this lady to take our picture.
Logan Pass, a little over 6,600 feet. Well, now we start our long descent out of the park, about 19 miles.
As we were leaving Glacier, it had one more great surprise for us. And luckily, I had my camera on at the time. Hey, some big horned sheep. Wow, let's slow that down a bit. Magnificent. Now I'll head for whitefish.
It's a railway memorial. And whitefish.
Seems they had a big doings here in town. It was over with by the time we got here. Why, it's an old-time train depot.
The Great Northern Railroad.
Just chanced upon this mule deer riding around in the evening.
That's the same old thing. Here I am way ahead again. He should be along soon. I hear a horn honking. Maybe he's in somebody's way. And then again, he may be coming. I think that looks like him.
Then we chanced upon some rafters on the Gallatin River in Montana. Then we rode upriver for a little ways, hoping to get a little lower level shot.
Yeah. Huh? That's it. Hey, doggy. Hey, don't piss on me.
He's a little frisbee dog. He's a happy guy. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's clean.
Tony and Dave.
Pay no attention to you. Where you from, sir?
Oh, gotcha.
This is kind of an upscale neighborhood with their own ski lift.
You're about to see a $22 million house.
Tony's my cousin. A few years back, Dave played on my football team when he was a little kid.
$1,300 a square foot.
It's 18,000 square foot?
Yep.
Wow.
Looks like they got it all here. Next morning, Yellowstone.
Just getting into Yellowstone. Well, we're southbound. We're heading for Old Faithful.
Some fly fishing in the Madison River. Well, we got to Old Faithful just in time to see the end of it. George was duly impressed.
I bet that's where they have the valve.
It's a magnificent and colorful place. Well, I didn't know how big this thing was going to get, or how long it was going to last. I couldn't miss this shot.
Must be Little Faithful.
Decided to go take a nap while all the people get out.
I think so.
The hole goes all the way through.
Oh, does it?
Well, I kind of like this northwestern section of Yellowstone the best.
Up about 8,600 feet.
And they go get him up?
Yeah, would you? Kick him in the rump.
There was probably a couple hundred buffalo here.
Little place just outside the park. Stopped and had a hamburger. Now to Beartooth Pass.
Well, Beartooth Pass is just ahead. But we had a little road construction, so we got to meet some nice folks.
Stevensville, Montana.
All right. And your names?
Randy and Kay.
Okay, I'm Gary. That's George.
Hi, George. Hi, Gary.
Yeah.
That's Jeff and Jessica.
Oh, Jeff and Jessica.
Let me go check that car out behind.
Oh, yeah.
Here we begin our ascent up and over Beartooth Pass.
And we're up about 8,200 feet, still climbing.
Here we really start our climb over Beartooth Pass. There's a couple guys fishing in a glacial lake.
Well, we're getting close to the top.
Well, you can see here the video's kind of washed out. I somehow set the camera wrong and didn't notice it. So over the top of Beartooth Pass, it'll look kind of lousy.
10,250 now. Way up there is where we're going. Wow. Beartooth Lake down there.
Here comes George.
This is it. 10,938. Well, that was the west summit that we were up. Now we gotta go up, I guess, probably the east summit. I just lost my damn hat. Boy, the gusts of wind must be damn near 50 to 60 miles an hour once in a while they hit you. 10,800 now. Ski lift way up here. 10,924 feet. Now I think we maybe go down. Well, there's a tow job's gonna cost a fortune. Well, as you can see, I lost my hat on Beartooth Summit. Wow, what a place. Really up high, cold, winds blowing, sun shining, kind of beautiful.
We spent the night in Red Lodge, Montana, and the next morning some of those omens about those deer came true. About a mile out of town, I hit a deer. You can tell my adrenaline is pumping.
Well, I got it. One motorcycle and one deer.
Gary came out ahead.
Well, I hit a deer. The bike seems fine. Hit it mostly on the right side. That's about, holy Christ, we got shit all over. Bent that, and that's the only thing that happened. Oh, this got turned around upside down. Yeah. That's about it. Holy Christ. Lucky in hell. A couple officers come by to help us out. Whew. Well, by God, I'm in one piece yet. Got some help. Hell of a deal. Poor bastard. A little bit of deer shit. Bent the air thing and then I turned my foot peg around, and other than that, I guess I'm fine.
So how did this happen? Well, we left Red Lodge, Montana early in the morning. Luckily, it was cold enough that I had to wear my helmet. We were about 1 mile out of town when this deer came at me. She came at me from the left side of the road, and I just knew there was no way I could miss her. My headlights struck her neck, and her body swung around and hit the left side of me. Well, it knocked me cattywampus. I thought I was going to be able to save it, but I couldn't. Bike went down. I flew off the bike, hit the back of my head, knocked me out colder than a mackerel. I was only out for about a minute, and when I came to, I couldn't move. But in about another minute or two, I was able to gather my strength and get up. Luckily, we were in Montana. Some guy was able to put the poor deer out of its misery. So then George and I headed to the car wash, and then continued on for a ride over the Bighorns.
Well, these are the Bighorn Mountains.
Here's a couple nice photos of the Bighorns. They're really beautiful mountains.
Well, here we are, Sheridan, Wyoming. Hey!
And it was the famed Frontier days. Well, it was crowded as hell, so we didn't stick around long. We headed for Spotted Horse.
Well, we come from Sheridan with, I swear I heard on the radio, 70 and 80 mile an hour winds, and it was brutal. And here we are. An old place called Spotted Horse.
How's it going?
Hello there.
How's it going?
Good, I think. Looking. There's a bicycle for
Harley Davidson.
Oh yeah?
Swing low just for a month or so.
Just started today, so I don't know.
Oh, I hope it ends.
That's hard to say. I don't know how do you.
Illinois, up by Chicago. Went to Washington.
Oh boy.
Nita Bay and Flattery's Point as far as you know.
So you're working here.
We started out with snowy rain.
This is one of the coal mines in Gillette, Wyoming. Then we stopped along the road to see one of the tires.
Now that's one hell of a tire.
You can see I was still hurting from hitting that deer. Doing my imitation of Walter Brennan. Then we made our way to Devil's Tower.
Oh yeah? Wimp. Yeah. Yeah,
Why is
isn't
it?
that a marvelous thing?
Yeah, it's colder than hell here.
Yeah.
Then it was off to Custer Park to see some buffalo.
2 bulls. Well, it's flat land the rest of the way back home, so we'll end this journey at the Corn Palace in Mitchell, South Dakota.